recording. So today is Tuesday, the 21st. Congratulations to Val, who finished her school year. Hallelujah. It's done. Yes. Good stuff. So today we are going to talk about the law of connection. I shared this in Coach Haven. It's a chapter from the 21 Irrefutable Laws of Success, of Leadership, by John C. Maxwell. And it was awesome. Absolutely awesome. Like, it was so good to the point where on Saturdays I don't typically work the power of threes on Saturdays. So Saturdays I was so excited to get up early so I could read more than one chapter. It was that good. And I realized one of the things it says in there is that not everyone can be good at all 21 laws, which is totally true. But for me, what I've realized is that the law of connection is really how I run my business, and it's really one of my strengths. So, excuse me. So, I've hit SC10 every month since I've been in business, except 1 month, and that was SC9, and I'm so mad about that month. But it is what it is. But when people ask me how I do it, I was never able to describe how I did it before. And the truth of the matter is, it's the law of connection. That's what it comes down to. The other book I started reading is Go Givers, Sell More. There's a Go Givers book, and then there's Go Givers, Sell More. And so if you're looking to learn more about, when we're done today, if you want to learn more about the law of connection, number one, go back to Coach Haven and read what I posted in there. I typed out the chapter for you guys. Number two, you can get Go Givers, Sell More, or borrow it from me when we're done, when I'm done. Because this is what absolutely, positively makes my business thrive, period. No doubt. You can do everything else in the world. Yes, I get up at 5 in the morning. Yes, there are a lot of other additions to what help me advance my business. But when it comes down to it, is the law of connection. So what is the law of connection? It truly is. It's forming. We've talked about forming before. It's about building relationships with everyone around you. So when it comes to one of John C. Maxwell's quotes is, people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. And that's the truth of the matter. So many people enter this business and they say, but I don't know anything about the products. All I know is 21 Day Fix because that's all I've done. I don't know anything about the products. Nobody cares. Nobody cares, because that's not what this is about. Because we're connecting on a very intimate level. That's the truth of the matter. And not intimacy as in sex, but I share things with my challengers, and my challengers share things with me that we don't just share in the public. It's an intimate relationship. When it comes to working with people, the heart comes before the head. So people are less likely to think about it and more likely to connect with it on an emotional level. Does that make sense to everybody? So you can't, one of the things he talks about is you can't move people to action unless you first move them with emotion. And this is why I have told you guys over and over and over again that the form is so important. So in the form, we're learning about family, occupation, recreation, and then we share our message. So what do you know about these people that you're inviting? How have you connected with them? Do you know their kids' names? Do you know what their kids are doing this summer? Do you know whether their kids are in daycare or they're home with their children? You know, these are important things to know, and it seems silly, but that's what it all comes down to. So in every with every law that John C. Maxwell presents, he talks about how to apply it, how to make it happen. So how do you connect? One of the first things is connecting with yourself and being confident with being yourself. So if that makes you a little nervous, if you're struggling with that confidence, remember that you are truly just being genuinely interested in another human being. Period. It says communicate with openness and sincerity. Because nothing is more effective than sincere, accurate praise, and nothing is more lame than a cookie cutter compliment. That was kind of a slap in the face for me. Because what do I say in the challenge groups? I know what I say. You're a rock star. Look at you, you rock. Well, I say that to everybody. So that really gave me like pause to, I really need to think about that. Because we all are rock stars, but it needs to be a little more sincere. It needs to be a little more, excuse me. It needs to be a little more unique person to person. So that's something that I'm working on. Know your audience. Speak to what they care about. So you're not going to start talking with me about size, for example. That's not my thing, you know? So you need to know who your audience is. You need to know how you're going to connect with them. And that all, again, it's part of the forming. Good morning, Jennifer Dempsey. So know who you're talking to. Live your message. Be proof of the product. Right? So don't ask somebody to join you on this crazy health journey if you are not part of your crazy health journey. Go to where they are and speak their language. So you need to adapt to others and don't expect them to adapt to you. You're going to connect with people, again, at their level. So when somebody comes to you and they want to lose weight and you say, you know, what are your restrictions or what are your worries? What are your concerns? You're not going to sell them insanity instead of 21-day fix that you can easily modify. Or if they really, really hate working out and lifting is not their thing. You know, I spoke with a woman last night who I showed her hammer and chisel and telling her how excited I am, how much I loved hammer and chisel. And she said, oh, but I hate to lift. Well, then hammer and chisel is not for her. That's not the right choice. So we look at T25. She has done insanity in the past. She doesn't like the time commitment. So we look at T25. So you need to know or to meet them on their level. You need to talk to them about what they are interested in. So focus on them, not yourself. You'll always connect faster when your focus is not on yourself. So you can share your stories, absolutely, but you need to always bring it back to them. Passion and excitement is wonderful, and we all have that. We've all seen amazing results with these products, right? That's awesome. But sometimes that gets a little scary for people. So if you're focusing on them and bringing it back to them every single time, you're going to, it's going to seem more sincere. It's going to be more sincere. Believe in the people that you are working with. Believe that they have value in your life. I loved this quote. People's opinion of us has less to do with what they see in us than it does with what we can help them see in themselves. If you're helping somebody believe that they are a rock star, that they are amazing, that's more important than what they think of us. Does that make sense? That was pretty awesome. Offer direction and hope. When you're giving people hope, you give them a future. And if you want somebody on your side, don't try to convince them. Try to connect with them. So this is not about selling. How many times have people said, I'm not a salesperson. I don't do sales well. Good. Good. Because salespeople make me feel icky. And I don't want to feel icky. I want to feel like we've made a connection. So like I said, from the 21 laws, irrefutable laws of leadership, I've moved on to Go Give or Sell More, which Jennifer Dempsey, you need to get because you would love it. This is all about the law of connection. It has, even in the first, I haven't read very far into it. Yeah, I'm only 40 pages in, but the truth of the matter is it absolutely is about making that connection. If you are finding yourself having a hard time at making sales, then you need to read this book. It talks about how selling is about learning what people do want and helping them do that. So before you talk to somebody about 21 Day Fix, T25, hammer and chisel, whatever it may be, you need to know what they want. What are their goals? What are their struggles? Why are they asking you about this product to begin with? It says sales at its best is about giving, not getting. So what are you giving to someone else? How are you creating value in your relationship? What makes a salesperson, I'm putting that in quotes, salesperson great, is that they are wholeheartedly interested in the other person. You need to have a genuine interest in the other person. You need to build a relationship. You need to form. That is your job. Forget about SC points. Forget about commissions. Forget about all that. And form, because that's your job. When you enrich and enhance people's lives, you're adding value, and that makes people happier. I mean, that's just the truth of the matter. Earlier this week, I got a text message from someone. Erica, are you still doing massage? And can you take some time? Can we get together sometime and talk about Beachbody? This is a woman I never would have considered. She's a personal trainer. She's a spin instructor, blah, blah, blah. Like the list goes on and on. I never would have considered reaching out to her about Beachbody. So I got back to her on the massage. She doesn't want a massage. That was her way of breaking the ice. That was her way of reaching out to me. Great. Awesome. And we talked about Beachbody. This woman wants to coach. That's why she reached out to me. I don't even know that she's interested in the products at this point in time. She wants to coach. Her husband wants her to make money. So that's why she came to me. And her first thing is, I'm not a salesperson. I said, great, because I don't want you to be, please don't be a salesperson, because it makes me feel yucky. I don't like that. And we talked a bit about how she had watched a video online that, some crazy, amazing Beachbody coach who sponsors all her ads put out there. And it really got her thinking. And she said, and I almost reached out to her, but then I was like, God, I know so many Beachbody coaches. Who do I want to work with? Do I want to work with somebody I don't know, or do I want to work with somebody I know and trust? So that's why she came to me. Because at some point in time in our relationship, I added value to our relationship. She and I have been friends. I've never expected anything from her. It's about adding value. So that's why she came to me. And she came to our event last night, and she sat through everything, and we talked a lot, and we'll connect. And she will be an amazing coach one day. Absolutely, without a doubt in my mind. Because, number one, she's driven. But number two, because I've already explained to her the law of connection. She said, I'm not a salesperson. And I said, why did you come to me? Did you come to me because I sold you? And she said, no, I came to you because we're friends, and you're posts inspire me and so on and so forth. So that's why she came to me. She will be an amazing coach because she gets it. She doesn't want to be sold. There are 5 ways to create value: excellence, consistency, value, empathy, and appreciation. So taking this to Beachbody's terms, appreciation, recognition, right? Price and value are not the same thing. You create a habit of excellence by bringing your greatest abilities to the task at hand. So a few minutes ago, I told you that, the 21 irrefutable laws of leadership, you're not going to be good at all 21. Connection is what I'm good at. So I go above and beyond for that connection. That's where I create excellence. Become an oasis of stability. Give great service all the time. That's your consistency. So in Go Giver, Sell More, they were talking about, there are 2 restaurants. One's a block away, one's 10 miles away. The one that's a block away, sometimes you get really great food. Sometimes. The one that's 10 miles away, you get great food every single time, without a doubt. The service is second to none. Where are you going to go every week? You're going to drive the 10 miles rather than walk the 1 block because you're insured to get something fantastic all the time. So be consistent with the people that you're forming with. Be consistent about adding value. Be consistent about providing excellence. Attention to detail adds phenomenal value. So I had somebody recently contact me about Shakeology. This was a couple months ago. Told me that she needs to lose 15 pounds before her class reunion in August. She and I went to school together. You need to read this book, Jane. It is amazing. So she wants to lose 15 pounds before her reunion in August. So we talked about 21-Day Fix. She was really very interested in Shakeology. So I sent her the link after forming for a good long while. Please understand that I do not send the link in our first conversation. I probably don't even send it in the 10th conversation. So know that. But I sent her the link. This was when I was at the auction, so it was end of April. She messages me, tells me that she can't figure out how to order through the link, which I, for the life of me, will never understand. I don't get that. You click on the link and you click purchase. But regardless, she can't figure it out. So she calls Beachbody. And Beachbody signs her up through me, which is awesome. But they sell her the BOD challenge pack. So I don't notice this. She tells me she's purchased it. Fantastic. I don't look over her order because I sent her a link. She knew what we were talking about, or so I thought. And a month later, or a few weeks later, she gets her kit, and we're talking about the workouts. And she goes, I don't understand. I put her in the 21-Day Fix group. I don't understand. What workout am I supposed to be doing? And I'm like, wait, didn't she get the DVDs? No, she didn't get the DVDs. She did not get the containers. She has no idea what I'm talking about because she got the wrong product. So we're in a time crunch. She doesn't have a lot of time to lose that 15 pounds by August. She has the month of June and the month of July. She wants to be in the best shape of her life walking into this reunion. So I sent her our 21-Day Fix DVDs. Period. I sent her the food plan. Period. I sent her the measurement cheat sheet because it's just that easy. And the next month, she bought 2 bags of Shakeology. And eventually, she will sign up as a discount coach. Go above and beyond. Offer little extra things. I'm not saying that you need to give away your DVDs. I'm not saying that you need to give away Shakeology. It's not about that. But the fact that I went above and beyond, she kept saying, Erica, you don't have to do that. No, don't worry about it. I did. Did she screw up? Did Beachbody screw up? Yes. Whatever. She's going to come back to me again and again and again. So give attention to those little details, those little things that you can go, us offering the prize patrol. It's so simple. It's so small. It's $15 a week. But it makes people feel amazing. And that is so important. And then we're coming to appreciation, which is our recognition. Notice the small things that people do to make a difference and point it out. When I worked at the Lake Motel, I don't know, 12 years ago, we were the first motel on your way into Wolfboro. So naturally, anybody who was just traveling through Wolfboro would stop there. We were always booked this time of year. It's a beautiful location. It was relatively inexpensive compared to the rest of the hotels in the area. So we were always booked. People would stop and I would say, I'm sorry, we don't have anything, but give me a few moments and let me help you find a place. And I would call all the other places in town until we found a place. And I regularly sent them to powwow lodges, which is about, 10 minutes in the other direction. 10 minutes further down the road. Two things. Number one, the owners of powwow lodges at the end of the season dropped me off this god-awful, ugly bracelet. It was awful. I don't wear jewelry. But they were so appreciative that I sent them so much business. I had never been to powwow lodges. I knew nothing about the place. But I knew that by offering these customers that customer service, next year, who do you think they call first? Who do you think they try to get a reservation with first? They tried the Lake Motel. So one night, I'm closing up, and the boss's wife calls me. He's out of town. She calls me, and she says, Erica, why are you still there? It's 10 after 10. And I said, we just had 5 young girls walk in. They don't really speak English. They don't have a car, and they don't have a place to stay. And she said, that's not your job, Erica. And I thought, it is my job as a human being. Period. And so this has always been my approach to business. Go above and beyond. Did I get anything from those 5, 20-year-old girls who barely spoke it? I don't even know how they got into town. How do you end up in Wolfboro without a car, not speaking? I don't know. I have no idea. I didn't get anything from them, and those girls never came back. But if I approach everyone in that same way, they're going to come back. So yeah, a person may never actually buy your product, but having their life changed by meeting you and getting to know you means that you're going to get something in the end. So those girls may not have referred anyone to me. Those girls may not have ever spent any money at the Lake Motel. But because I'm consistent and I offer that same service to everyone, people refer to me, people come back the next year, so on and so forth. The more you give, the more you have. Period. This is how, like I said, this is how I have lived and worked my business for as long as I can remember. Kirby and I ran general nutrition centers for years. It's how I've always run my business. My first job, Tom McCann, selling shoes. I can't remember if I was 14 or 15. This is just how I've always approached it. This is what I am good at. This is why my business flourishes. Although I'm going to tell you, it's a really bad month. I'm at SC0, just so you guys know. It is the 21st, and I am freaking out. But all I can do is to work harder. Work harder to build relationships. In fact, what I just read this morning was talking about economy and how economy, when the economy tanks, salespeople get, oh my God, what are we going to do? Oh my God, you can't do that. So you have to continue to have the attitude that you are going to thrive, that you are going to succeed. I am going to thrive. My business is going to succeed. Your attitude is contagious, and we've talked about this before. Don't be negative. Just don't be negative. People connect with negativity, or they connect with positivity. So which do you want them to connect with? So during rough times, sharpen your focus on creating value for others. Make yourself so valuable to the market around you that the demand rises. If your goal is to make the sale, then you are dependent on others. If your goal is to create value for others, then you are dependent only on yourself. So my goal today is to continue to create value with others. And the only one who can control that is me. But if I walk out there with my goal to hit SC10, then the only one who can control that is whoever's purchasing the challenge packs. I've said it over and over again, and I will continue saying it. Super Saturday in Boston in January, Jason Diebold, who is part of the Millionaires Club, stood up at the front of the room and said, stop chasing SC points. Stop chasing rank advancements. Start chasing making people's lives better. If you are focused on bringing value to people's lives, no matter how that can be, whether that's just being an ear, whether that's checking in. Amanda Duque, who's not on the call, but she is one of our coaches, through our move, checked in on me at least once a week. Amanda Duque is in school full-time. She's working. She has 3 kids. She's a single mom. Like, her life is crazy. And she checked in on me every single week and offered what she could. That means that's huge. That's absolutely huge. So, keep adding value. If you're getting frustrated because you're not hitting your SC points, stop concentrating on SC points. Start concentrating on value. Build relationships with people, and it all comes back to you in the end. Jane, the name of the book is Go Givers Sell More by Bob Berg and John David Mann. It's absolutely 100% worth it. It's been sitting on my shelf. I made a deal after I read Compound Effect. I realized that I needed to stop buying personal development books and create a new habit. So I'm not allowed to purchase any more personal development books until I've read or attempted to read everything on my shelf. I can't tell you how long that's been sitting there. A really long time. Totally worth it. So if you have not already read the chapter of the 21 Irrefutable Laws of Success that I put in Coach Haven, please do that. This is the essence of our business. It isn't about SC points or rank advancements or any of that. The essence of our business is helping people. Did everyone see the live video with Jeff Hill last week? I'll see if I can find it and post it for you. You all know Jeff Hill. He does the National Wake Up Call. He's, I don't know, head of sales or something. I have no idea. He's a bigwig in Beachbody. And that really doesn't mean anything to me, honestly. But he talked about, yes, connecting, making two people's lives better. Help two people, period. So I challenge you all to go out and add value to a minimum of two people today. So PD, check in real quick before we move on. What are you reading? Mary, go. Good stuff. Mary's halfway through the 10 days to self-esteem. Awesome. Jane? If you all are just going to chat it out, you can all go right now. Nice. Jennifer, anything specific? Oh, you got them. Val's reading The Compound Effect, and she ordered Miracle Morning Workbook, and it arrived at the post office yesterday. Val, I'm so excited about that. I can't wait to hear what you think. Yes, so book club starts in July. That's not next week. It's the week after. Well, I don't know. When is that? So I don't think it's next week. I think it's the week after. So it's the 21st. So next week is the 28th. So we'll start talking about it on the 5th. We'll start. Does that make sense to everybody? Yeah? Yeah. So the 5th will be our first kind of check-in. Today matters. So if you haven't ordered it or bought it from the library or borrowed it from the library or downloaded it to your Kindle or whatever you're going to do that now. I have a note to myself to order it. Today matters. It's another John C. Maxwell book, and it's about prioritizing your life. Like figuring out what do you want from your life? So you can start to prioritize and figure out what steps you need to take to get there. Okay? Jane Brogan, start reading. 2.5 weeks is too long. PD every day. 10 minutes. 5 minutes if that's all you have. Listen to it on your commute to work. Whatever you have to do to get it in. Because if we're not strong in ourselves, we can't be strong for other people. The law of connection, number 1, is connecting with yourself. Having confidence in yourself. Good stuff, Jane. All right. Anything anybody needs to bring up? No? All right. Good times. Great call. Have a wonderful day, everyone. And if you can be here at 2:20, not here, I'll send you the Zoom link. You can be, if you're available for 2:20, that's when the elite call is. So don't stress if you can't be here. It's a really crappy time. I get that. But yeah, my team was invited, so I wanted to extend the offer to you all. All right? Okay, good times. Have a great day, everybody. Bye.